Hello again, Scuizzes! Thank you once again for joining me here in the Stay In, our virtual pub here in Cornwall, although I know that you are visiting from all over the country as usual. So it is National Puzzle Day, so we are going to have a puzzling pub quiz tonight. So I hope your brains are in gear. And of course, the thing that you need most to get your brains in gear is a lovely drink from the Stay In bar. So let's start as we always do with who are you and what are you drinking? I can already see that we've got quite a good mix in already. We've got teams from Bath, we've got Maidenhead, we've got Bristol in already. Newcastle, Basingstoke. I've got one on the text, haven't I? No, that was from Maidenhead. And of course, we've got St Clear in as always. We've got Anglesey, Somerset. Yeah, loads in. Yeah, nice to see you all coming back. Claire on the WKD Blue. What a surprise! Nice right there, Colin. Another of our Anglesey crew. Those of you interested, I'm back on this Beast of Bodmin tonight. Yeah, like my last one of those. I've got some others from the same brewery, Firebrand Brewery, coming up. We've got cider, we've got Malibu and Coke. Macon Village, yes, our favourite wine here in the Stay In. It's back. Remember that week when just about everyone was drinking it? There you go. Oh, Graham's done it as well. So yes, National Puzzle Day. Who knew it? So I thought I'd put a different spin on the quiz tonight, just to get your brains in gear rather than just regurgitating knowledge all the time. So yes, we will have. Well, we'll start with a puzzle general knowledge round, and then we're going to move into which way round have I done it this evening? Riddles round. Yes, like word riddles coming in. And then we've got, after the break, we've got cryptic band names, and then a sequence it is round as well, which will come up on the screen for you. So we've got a few more coming in, haven't we? We've got Francesca's playing from Sheffield Palace as usual. Thank you, Francesca, for joining us. And there, right on cue, there is the bookshop team joining as well. Good evening to you, Bob and Co. I presume you've got a Co with you, Bob. It's just that your name flashes up on my screen. Double Dragon for Dad. He's drinking that at the moment. Brilliant. Picture round. Or not so picture round. So it is Coded Pubs. You may have seen it on social media. I've already had a few groans come through. But there are 10 pub names there which have been put into code. Questions 1 to 5 use the same code, and questions 6 to 10 use the same code. So can you figure out what are the names of those pubs? You know I love my pubs, so yeah, can you find the pub names? We don't often have a pub's names round, don't we? Hi to the teams from the Manor House at Rilla Mill. Great little pub. Can't go there at the moment, unfortunately. Yeah, so that's what we're up to tonight. I hope you all had a good week. I am on the point of falling asleep again, but hopefully we will keep going throughout the evening. I'm trying to psych myself up. Hence why I'm talking quite quickly, probably. Yeah, so yeah, thank you for joining me once again. I'm looking at my timer on my screen. I'm going to get told off for talking too long very soon, unless I am careful. So, when you are ready, can you please let me know via the live chat, and it will flash up on my screen, and I'll know that we are ready to start with round 1, which is our puzzling general knowledge round. Let me just get my questions ready. Puzzling general knowledge, there we go. Of course, first on there with saying he's ready is Graham as usual. Oh, hi Vicky, I didn't see your name flashing up earlier. Good evening to you. Right, lots of readies and barrods, so here we go. Round 1, the puzzling general knowledge. Good evening, Kai. So, question 1. Which type of puzzle shares its name with a DIY tool? Which type of puzzle shares its name with a DIY tool? Hopefully going to break you in nice and easily. Up and downstairs there. Hold on, what's this? Got a few shout outs coming up, so please let me know if you've got any more shout outs. They've just come through on my phone there. Question 2. What is the name of the Japanese number puzzle in which the numbers 1 to 9 must be placed in rows, columns, and boxes? What is the name of the Japanese number puzzle in which the numbers 1 to 9 must be placed in rows, columns, and boxes? Question 3. Which computer game sees players trying to clear a grid without setting off any explosives? So which computer game sees players try to clear a grid without setting off any explosives? Time, 1664 Carol's on water after her vaccination. Oh, well, cheers to Carol for the vaccination. One of the 7.89 million. There you go. Maybe I should do that at the start of next week. Who's here and who's been vaccinated? Question 4. What was the first British newspaper to publish a crossword puzzle? What was the first British newspaper to publish a crossword puzzle? Look at my lips again. Very self-conscious about that now. Question 5. In the well-known puzzle, a farmer needs help to do what with his fox, chicken, and corn? So in the well-known puzzle, a farmer needs help to do what with a fox, chicken, and some corn? Lisa. Don't know the answer to that at all. That isn't on my quiz. Question 6. How many tiles would you find in a traditional mahjong set? This is multiple choice. So how many pieces would you find in a traditional mahjong set? Or how many tiles? Is it 122, 133, or 144? How many pieces in a mahjong set? 122, 133, or 144? Question 7. What was the name of the Hungarian sculptor and architect who designed a 3D puzzle cube? What was the name of the Hungarian sculptor and architect who designed a 3D puzzle cube? Question 8. What type of puzzle consists of a collection of paths that must be navigated to reach a goal? What type of puzzle consists of a collection of paths that must be navigated to reach a goal? Question 9 this evening for you. What is the objective in a tangram puzzle? What is the objective in a tangram puzzle? And finally, in your puzzling general knowledge round, who presents the puzzling BBC quiz show Only Connect? Who presents the puzzling BBC quiz show Only Connect? There we go, broken you into this with some puzzling general knowledge. Get round 2 ready for you. Just while you're arguing amongst yourselves about your answers there. Round 2 is riddles. So they're all riddles to do with words and letters and things like that. So wordy riddles, shall we say. I'll just give you a moment to get yourselves ready. This round requires a bit more thought. Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully the first round wasn't too taxing. So, round 2, here we go with our wordy riddles for you to get your brains aching, maybe. Question 1. Which 5-letter word sounds the same even if you remove 4 of its letters? Which 5-letter word sounds the same even if you remove 4 of its letters? requesting that you think on a Friday night. What else should you be doing on a Friday night, eh? Question 2. I am an odd number. Take away a letter and I become even. What number am I? I am an odd number. Take away one letter and I become even. What number am I? Question 3. What word begins with T, ends with T, and is full of T? What word begins with T, ends with T, and is full of T? Question 4. Which 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it? Which 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it? What's that? Question 1 again. Yeah, of course, Danny. Question 1 for you. Which 5-letter word sounds the same even if you remove 4 of its letters? We're up to question 5. What word contains all 26 English letters? What word contains all 26 English letters? Question 6. Forwards, I sound heavy. Backwards, I am not. What word am I? Forwards, I sound heavy. Backwards, I am not. What word am I? Question 7. What word is right when pronounced wrong, but wrong when pronounced right? What word is right when pronounced wrong, but wrong when pronounced right? Question 8. What word starts with IS, ends with ND, and has Los Angeles in the middle? What word starts with IS, ends with ND, and has Los Angeles in the middle? Question 9. What 11-letter word does everybody pronounce incorrectly? What 11-letter word does everybody pronounce incorrectly? And question 10. What word begins with an E, ends with an E, but only contains one letter? What word begins with an E, ends with an E, but only contains one letter? So that brings you to the end of that round there. If you need any repeats, I know some of them are quite wordy, just place it in the comments there before we go for our break. Just before we go to our break, a quick shout out. I said it had come through. So, can I have a shout out to Kim, Alan, Sue and Mike, who Tom is forcing to lose their Scuizzes virginity tonight? So there you go. Thank you, Kim, Alan, Sue and Mike for joining us and helping out Tom so he's not alone in the squiz at the stay in tonight. Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you, Tom, for dragging more people along. So that brings us up to the break. So you've had your puzzling general knowledge round, and you have had those riddle rounds there. We shall just go to the break, and I'll put up the coded pub names. I've just seen a repeat flash through, which is number 7. The number 7 all around. Number 7. Okay. Number 7. Oh yes. Okay. Number 7 for you, Mum and Colin. What word is right when pronounced wrong, but wrong when pronounced right? What word is right when pronounced wrong, but wrong when pronounced right? There you go. And on that tongue-twisting note, it is time for our little interval where you can go to the bar at the Stay In. I definitely need to go to the bar here, don't I? You can top up your drinks, get your bar snacks, go and use the facilities. I never say this, but you could pop outside for a quick fag. If you want to. We don't smoke here in the Stay In, and definitely not. Yes, I'll put up the coded pub names for you, and I'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes or so, depending on what the queue is like at the bar. So I shall see you shortly, Scuizzes. Have a good break. Coded pubs, there you go. Okay then, Scuizzes, I am back from the bar and ready to go through your answers to your first 2 rounds there. So you can start making your way back, ready to mark your own answers. Let me take away those coded pubs for you. How are you getting on with those? One of those, once you've cracked the code, then you can fly through them. So, yes, hopefully you're doing well this week. Already had some comments that it's easier than last week, which is great to hear. Well, apparently Scotland is not your strong point, Scuizzes. Yeah, so let's go through the answers to those first 2 rounds before we move on with rounds 3 and 4. So your first round was the puzzling general knowledge. So, question 1. The type of puzzle which shares its name with a DIY tool is a jigsaw. Question 2. The Japanese number puzzle that I was talking about was a Sudoku. Question 3. The computer game. The objective was to clear a grid without setting off the explosives. Minesweeper. Question 4. The first British newspaper to publish a crossword puzzle. That was the Express. Question 5. In the well-known puzzle, the farmer with his fox, chicken and corn, he has to cross a river. Question 6. In a mahjong set, there are 144 pieces. Question 7. The Hungarian sculptor and architect who designed a 3D puzzle cube was Emo Rubik. Just Rubik will do. 8. The puzzle, which consists of a collection of paths that must be navigated, is a maze. Question 9. The objective of a tangram puzzle, that is to connect the tiles to make a certain shape. And question 10. It is Victoria Corinne Mitchell who presents that puzzling quiz show, Only Connect. So your answers to round 1 there, Scuizzes. And then your round 2 was your word riddles. So question 1. The 5-letter word that sounds the same when you remove 4 of its letters is Q. Question 2. I am an odd number. Take away 1 letter and I become even. I am 7. Take away the S, you are even. Question 3. What begins with T ends with T and is full of tea? It's a teapot. Question 4. The 5-letter word that becomes shorter when you add 2 letters is short. Add the letters ER and you've got shorter. Question 5. What word contains all 26 English letters? Alphabet, of course. 6. Forwards, I sound heavy. Backwards, I am not. What am I? Ton. 7. The one that everyone needed repeating. What word is right when pronounced wrong, but wrong when pronounced right? It is wrong. 8. Which word starts with IS, ends with ND, and has Los Angeles in the middle? Island. 9. The 11-letter word that everyone pronounces incorrectly is incorrectly. And 10. What begins with E, ends with an E, but only has 1 letter? Envelope. Right, what have we got here? Do you know what, Anne? Yes, you can have H for question 1. You remove the AITC, you are left with H, so well done. You can have Q or H for question 1. So there we are with our puzzling general knowledge and then our word riddles. How are we doing, Scuizzes? Let me know. Well, I just have a quick drink. Oh, there we go. Colin storming ahead there with 20. I'd say ahead. Everyone could be on 20, couldn't they? Let me get my next round ready, which is cryptic band names. Oh, I got 17. What about I for number 10? Number 10. No. I'm not accepting I for number 10. It doesn't contain one letter. The envelope contains, because it's within. And 18 and 18 and 17. Good high scores coming up. I like it, Scuizzes. You're better at these than Scotland, definitely. Cool. A few going for I. I'm going to stick with this one. I no, because it doesn't contain. Alright, so cryptic band names is your next round. Okay, so you've got 10 questions. I'm going to read you a cryptic clue to a band name, past or present. And all I would like to do is tell me what is the band name. So, question 1 in round 3. Old Blue Eyes goes off to make a movie. Old Blue Eyes goes off to make a movie. What band is that? Oh, great scores coming in. Keep the banter going on the chat. I'm loving it. Question 2. The Queen goes to Weight Watchers. The Queen goes to Weight Watchers. Question 3. First man, and then a colony of insects. First man, and then a colony of insects. Best Friday night ever. This is what I like to hear. Okay, to get ready for my announcement later on, because you're going to love it. Question 4. BA, BSc, BEng. BA, BSc, BEng. Question 5. Keep watch for the ice crystals. Keep watch for the ice crystals. Of course, I can down in question 4. BA, BSc, and BEng. Question 6. Leave the quintet on a desert island. Leave the quintet on a desert island. Question 7. Cheerful after the Sabbath. Cheerful after the Sabbath. Repeat question 5, of course I can, Lisa. Thought I'd have lots of repeats tonight. So question 5 for you, Matt and Lisa and co. Keep watch for the ice crystals. Keep watch for the ice crystals. Is up and downstairs tonight. Question 8. Don't stir too much. Don't stir too much. Beat number 1, please. Okay. Old Blue Eyes goes off to make a movie. Old Blue Eyes goes off to make a movie. And moving swiftly on to number 9. Dracula's non-working days. Dracula's non-working days. And finally, in your cryptic band names, question 10, Frozen Baboons. Frozen Baboons. So there are your cryptic bands. Little brain teasers there on this National Puzzle Day. So our final round is going to be on sequences. I'm going to get those up on the screen in a moment. So always just give you a while just to sort out any answers from that round, and so that I can have a drink. Cheers. Can I repeat the question? Oh, I can't see properly tonight. Question 8. Of course I can, Kai. Question 8 there. Don't stir too much. Don't stir too much. Can I make that text bigger so I can actually read what everyone's writing? There we go. So don't stir too much is number 8 for you, Cal. Yes, so let's go on to round 4, which is the sequences round. For each of these questions. You will have 4 pictures or 4 clues, and all I would like to know is what comes next in the sequence. So hopefully this is all going to work, and I will appear up on screen with the pictures just behind me there. A bit nerve-wracking because, like with the answer smash last week, I can't see what's going on screen when this happens. So you'll just have to let me know in the chat if it all goes wrong. Here is your first question in round 4. So I've got red, yellow, green, brown there. What would come next in that sequence? Question 2. There you go. So I've got some places there for you. Rio de Janeiro, London, Beijing, Athens. What would come next in that sequence? Rio de Janeiro, London, Beijing, and Athens. What would come next? Question 3 in the sequences round for you. There you go, got some pictures up there for you. What would come next? Some of these sequences should become apparent quite quickly, others may require a little bit more thinking around to see what comes next. It is puzzle day after all, so some of them have got to be puzzling. And question 4. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. What comes next? Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Question 5. God, long, God, send. God, long, God, send. What word would come next? Question 6. There you go, you've got pictures of 4 people there. Who would come next in that sequence? So who would come next in this sequence of pictures? Question 7. Okay, you've got 4 letters up there. What would come next? A, H, R, B. What would come next? A, H, R, B. Eight. Got some places there for you. Kent, Northumberland, Leicester, Coventry. What would come next? Kent, Northumberland, Leicester, Coventry. Hi to everyone playing from Leicester. Have we got anyone from Kent or Northumberland or Coventry? Question 9. There you go, Kai. I thought you'd like that shout out. Here we go. Question 9 for you. So a mixture of pictures, logos and things there. What could come next in this sequence? There are a few different answers, but what could come next in this sequence? And the final question of the evening for you, question 10. 19BJ, 17TM, 15DC, 10DC. What would come next? 19BJ, 17TM, 15DC, 10DC. What would come next in that sequence? Okay, so that is the end of those sequence questions for you, Scuizzes. Let me just bring myself up big there. There we go. Thank you very much for having a go at those. Yeah, so that is the end of rounds 3, the cryptic bands, and rounds 4, those sequences there. So that is all your rounds for this evening. As always, what we'll do now is we'll have a short break for you to just argue amongst your team about your answers there, and then we'll come back and do the answers to those 2 rounds and your coded pub names as well. I've just seen I've got a can we have question 8 please. Okay, I'm presuming that's on the sequences, so here we go, question 8 on the sequences. Let me go back to it. There you go. Kent, Northumberland, Leicester and Coventry. Kent, Northumberland, Leicester and Coventry there for you, and hopefully you've got that now. Yes, so we'll have a quick break, just for a few minutes. Yeah, so you can finalise your answer to all of those 3 rounds. I always say though, don't I, just go with your gut. If you've had a gut instinct on something, it tends to be right, doesn't it? Google is your friend, but it would be cheating yourself. So it's down to your conscience, really, isn't it? Yeah, so I will see you in just a few minutes to go through our answers to our puzzling quiz for the evening. So let me just put up those final... oh, hang on, what's this? Can I put up the pubs? I will put up the pubs for you, Stephen, yeah. So I'll put up the coded pubs for you in the break. Coded pubs, there you go. You've got a final chance to have a look at those. And then I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so for the answers to those. Right, I'm off to the stay-in bar. I'll speak to you soon, Scuizzes. Okay, Scuizzes, I am back from the bar. I've just, after last week's fun, I've decided to get myself another whiskey to finish off the evening. So we're going to go through the answers to the coded pub names in a moment, and then round 3, which was the cryptic band names, and then round 4, which was the sequences. So hopefully you've heard my voice now, and you shall be on your way back ready to mark the questions so far. So get yourselves ready. I'm going to reveal the answers to the coded pub names. Just give you a few seconds. And then 3, 2, 1, and go. Here are the coded pub names for you. Question 1 was the Stag Inn. Question 2, the Railway Inn. 3, Royal Oak. 4, King's Head. And 5, Rising Sun. So the code that was used for all of those, that was every letter had shifted by 3 on. So an A became a D, a B became an E, and so on. Question 6 is Red Lion. 7, The Plough. 8, Black Horse. 9, The Swan. And 10, Prince of Wales. So that was just A becomes a 1, B becomes 2, and 0 was a space. You can't have stay in, because that wasn't the right cipher there, was it? Oh, I like it, because the stay in is obviously the best pub ever, isn't it, Andy and Claire? So those were your pub answers there, using a 3-letter shift, and then a alphabet to numerical shift as well. Right, let's bring me back. Here I am. So we've done those answers. Let's move on to the cryptic band names around. Apparently the sequences were hard. Colin is struggling with the sequences, and you're one of our high scorers normally, Colin. So interesting to see how we've all got on with those. Round 3 was our cryptic band names. Don't do those eyes on me, Andy and Claire, it's not going to work. Round 3, question 1. Old Blue Eyes goes off to make a movie as Frankie goes to Hollywood. Question 2. The Queen goes to Weight Watchers. Thin Lizzy. 3. First man and then a colony of insects. Adam and the Ants. 4. BA, BSc, BEng, 3 degrees. 5. Keep watch for the ice crystals. Snow Patrol. 6. Leave the quintet on a desert island. Maroon 5. 7. Cheerful after the Sabbath. Happy Mondays. 8. Don't stir too much. Little Mix. 9. Dracula's non-working days. Vampire Weekend. And 10. Frozen Baboons. Arctic Monkeys. Okay, so there's your answers. Oh, Mum didn't spot the 0 as a space. Oh dear. There you go. Hopefully you got the first lot. Yeah, it's interesting what the test teams came up with those. They tended to get 0, 5 or 10, which was quite interesting. Should have known that would happen. Anyway, we've got round 4 answers to come, which is our sequences that a few of you said you were struggling with. So let's get that still on a repeat question. There we go. Right, so your sequences. Question 1. We've got red, and then yellow, then green, and then brown. The next one would be blue. These are snooker balls in order of their value. Red ball is 1, yellow ball is 2, green ball is 3, brown ball is 4, and the blue ball is 5. So just blue will do that. We've got Rio de Janeiro, London, Beijing, Athens, Sydney. This one is Olympic host cities. Rio in 2016, London 2012, Beijing 2008, Athens 2004, Sydney 2000. Here we go, you've got musical notes. Your next one there would be a semi-brave, if you know your musical notation there. Question 4. So obviously Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix is the 5th book in the series there. I can see the chat going mad there. I'll check on that in a moment. 5. God, long, God, send. It is happy. Is the first word to the lines from God Save the Queen. God save the Queen, long live the Queen, God save the Queen, and so on. And it's happy and glorious. So there you go. Happy is your next one. 6. Talking about the Queen. This is the line of succession. You've got Prince Charles, Prince William, Prince George, Princess Charlotte. So your next one would be Prince Louis. So Prince Louis is who you're looking for on question 6. Question 7. A, H, R, B, and C. These are the letters in alphabetical order if you spell them out. A is A-I, H is A-I-T-C-H, R is A-R, B is B-E, and then C is C-E-E. There we go, alphabetical letters there. 8. We've got Kent, Northumberland, Leicester, Coventry. Well, it is Oxford. These are places in England on the order they appear on a Monopoly board. We've got Old Kent Road, Northumberland Avenue, Leicester Square, Coventry Street, Oxford Road. I think that's right. But Oxford is your answer there. It is places on a Monopoly board that aren't in London. And then the next one would be Liverpool after that. 9. We've got Alfa Romeo, Beta Blocker, Charlie Chaplin, Delta Airlines. So I'm looking for anything with Echo at the front. So like Echo Falls. So if you've just got Echo, that'll be fine. That is from the NATO phonetic alphabet. Alpha, Beta, Charlie, Delta, Echo. Question 10. 19 BJ, 17 TM, 15 DC, 10 DC. We've got 05 TB. So we've got 2019 Boris Johnson, 2017 Theresa May, 2015 David Cameron, 2010 David Cameron, and 2005 Tony Blair. UK general elections there for you. So that is the end of those sequences for you, Scuizzes. So, how have we done this evening? Yeah, how have we done? Mixed bag, what I've seen so far on the messages that I've been getting through. I hope you've enjoyed it. I would say, don't I, that the winner is the person who has had the most fun, or the team that has had the most fun. So we've got, I'm loving this chat. There you go. Don't get 7. I'm going to have to check what 7 was now, Ricky. 7. A-H-R-B. So if you spell out the letters, actually spell them out. So you'd spell the letter A, A-I. The letter H, you'd spell A-I-T-C-H. The letter R, you'd spell A-R. The letter B, you'd spell B-E. And then the next one is C, which is spelled C-E-E. The problem is, of course, many people think that H is H, but it isn't, it's just an H. That was probably the trickiest one in there, I will admit. So, yeah, we got scores coming in. Katie's got her best score yet, 41. Graham's on a 42. The Manor team are on a 41. We've got lots of scores coming in. Danny's beat the Morgans! Doesn't happen very often, but you've done it, Danny. The Palace in Sheffield are on at 41 as well. A few of you feeling puzzled. We've got 39s, 40. Lots of 41s. Graham, Gordon Brown never won an election. He just took over from Tony Blair and then lost the next election. Yeah, so lots of scores coming in. Oh, Bob's making me do some actual thinking here. No, Colin, C is officially spelled C-E-E. This is one the test teams have been checking. Yes, this took about half an hour to sort out. But yes, the official spellings, there are official spellings of all the letters. So there you go. Yeah, so, I'm loving the phonics, yeah. Let's have a tiebreaker, shall we? Because we've got just about 5 or 6 teams on 41. And then that'll give me time while you think of an answer to make an announcement about next week. So, puzzling this evening. So I would like to know, for your tiebreaker, to sort out all these teams who are on 41, how many pieces were in the largest ever jigsaw puzzle? How many pieces were in the largest ever jigsaw puzzle? It is a bit stupid, isn't it, Colin? But there you go. So yeah, while you're typing that in, I've had loads of requests from you about rounds and things. But I've also had requests about things like having a theme for a week. So next week, let me get it ready. We're going to have the Stay In James Bond quiz. Katie asked for a James Bond round. We're going to do a James Bond quiz. Don't worry if you don't know anything about James Bond, because obviously we'll go off on a tangent on things. So there you go. And we will see how well you know James Bond and so on and so forth. Yeah, so James Bond quiz next week. And we shall see how well you know James Bond and all things espionage related. So then we had the jigsaw puzzle. Sorry, my chat has gone down. I can't see what you're saying to me. I'm just trying to get it back up here. I've lost all the chat, so I don't know what everyone is saying. So, yeah, I don't know who's got closest to this. But the largest ever jigsaw puzzle had 551,232 pieces. So 551,232 pieces in the largest ever jigsaw puzzle. So well done to whoever has got the closest to that. Yes, my chat has just crashed. So hopefully you can still hear me anyway. That's a pretty big jigsaw. It was done. It was linked to Hanoi University in Vietnam. Yes, a pretty big thing. Right. Yeah, so I hope you've all had fun at the Stay In this evening. James Bond spy themed quiz next week. If you'd like to dress up as your favourite spy, then please do so. And then I will see you same time, same place next week. I'm going to just say goodbye for now, and yeah, see you next week when hopefully the chat is back working. Good evening, Scuizzes.